Jesus would chastise his disciples for their little faith. Several times they heard those discouraging words, "Oh, you of little faith." I don't want to hear that, do you? Those aren't good words. So it makes sense then that the disciples of Jesus asked Jesus for help. They weren't afraid to ask for help. Unlike most men, they want directions. No, don't ask for directions. They asked for help. Luke 17, verse 5, the apostles said to Jesus, "Increase our faith. Increase our faith." And what did the Lord say to that request? He said, "If you have faith like a grain of mustard seed, you could say to this mulberry tree, 'Be uprooted, planted in the sea,' and it would obey you." Now, Matthew says in another place, if you had faith like a mustard seed, you could move mountains, which is what we sang about this morning. Well, I want to back up and just to verse 5. What were the disciples asking for? The apostles, what were they asking when they said, "Increase our faith"? I think I can help you understand it by giving you this kind of analogy. They were like teenagers asking for $1 million. Now, how many of you know a teenager that would actually use $1 million for the glory of God? I don't know any. And I love my kids, all right? But I know that they're going to spend that money. As the saying goes, a fool and his money are soon parted. So they're asking for something that is not the right thing to ask for. And so oftentimes, like Jesus does, he doesn't even give any, street cred or anything to this request. He just moves on to what they really should be asking for. And he points out, that's not how it works, boys. It doesn't work like that. I'm not going to give you $1 million worth of faith. But what you need to understand about faith is that it starts off as a tiny little seed, like a mustard seed. And when a mustard seed grows, I don't know if you know this or not, but I got a picture for you. It looks like that on the screen. That's what a mustard seed grows up into. It's a giant tree, 10 to 30 feet tall. And that's what can happen to our faith when it grows. And that's what Jesus is saying. You don't need $1 million worth of faith. You just need a tiny seed, and you need it to grow. And isn't that what we need? We need our faith to grow. God has given us the faith that we need. We just need to help it grow.